This thing is called the Quad Cortex, and it is a really cool guitar amp modeler effects unit thing. I'm not like a gearhead or anything, but I have lusted for this thing for over a year, and I have a basic rule. Don't buy it unless after a year you still want it, and I have really wanted it. Sweetwater was running this deal and it was like, 3 years, no interest, and I was like, it's only $50 a month or whatever. So I bought it, and here it is. I think this thing is really incredible, but the thing is, everyone's making like the same videos about this unit, about the Quad Cortex. And it's like how to get a chugga chugga sound, or a great rock sound, or a great clean tone, or capturing the Marshall plexi. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what a plexi is. I am not a gearhead, right? I've got a lot of gear, but for me, it's like, it helps me express myself. So this channel's called, Make Weird Music, right? So I'm not here to show off like heavy metal sounds, even though this guitar, this ridiculous 9-string Ibanez RG is, a metal guitar. I bought it to play Bach and Georgi Ligeti type pieces. In fact, when I bought the Quad Cortex, the Sweetwater sales guy called me up and he goes, "So are you a metalhead?" I was like, what? And apparently, a lot of heavy metal players are buying this thing. But nobody's talking about like the crazy, cool, weird sounds that you can make with this thing. Just out of the box. So I thought I would show off some of the kind of more interesting aspects of this unit. I'm not gonna get into the features and capabilities and blah, blah, blah. There's 1,000 videos about that. But there is no videos showcasing, some of the more interesting aspects here. And I thought it would be cool, like, let's just walk through it and make some cool sounds together. Patch banks, there's like patch banks with 8 sounds in each bank. So basically, like, this is bank 24, and bank 24 has some cool, interesting stuff. And every single sound, like every patch in the patch bank, has like 8 sub-sounds or configurations called scenes. But in patch bank 24, there's some cool stuff. Let's look at this patch. It's called Loop Climber Express, and it uses the expression pedal. So I'm gonna turn off the expression pedal, and then you'll hear it come on. So. Yeah, that's pretty trippy. I mean, just a few notes with this thing, and it's like, okay, that's cool. This one is kind of neat, too. The expression pedal controls the shimmer, and you'll see on the controls here, it says that. Expression pedal controls the shimmer. Patch, send 1 to return 1. Actually, I could not figure out how this worked. Like, I looked at the instructions, but I was like, what does this mean? How do I do a patch? It literally means, like, run a cable from send 1 into return 1. So I have a guitar cable doing that, and then this stuff started working. So check this out. This is pretty cool too. I think this stuff is super cool, super fun. There's some other interesting stuff. Like, first of all, I love the unit, but it sucks to navigate. Like the navigation, it's not good. It's there. I wish there was like a wheel or something that I could assign to scroll through stuff. But this is kind of interesting. This Bank 30 also has some cool sounds. Like this is neat. It's a one-note arpeggiator, and if you pull up the scenes on this, it shows you for every note you play, you can do like a major 7 or a minor 7 or a dominant 7. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, so you can make every note a chord. So this is a major 7. You can go to minor 7. Dominant 7. Diminished 7. And if you want to sound like Frank Zappa, a sus2. There's some interesting stuff here where it'll change like the distortion type, square wave and full sound waves. So this one's called Inception, and it's kind of based on the concept of recursion, which happens in the Christopher Nolan movie Inception. Some of it's not super usable, but I think it's kind of interesting. I like this one because you can set up a drone. Then you can play over it. This is another interesting one that it plays these chords in the background. You can solo over those. This is a cool patch. It's called Arctic Cave. So, there you have it. The Quad Cortex, yeah, it does all the distortion. It gives you lots of pedals and sounds. Who cares? A lot of things do that now, right? You can get MainStage for your laptop, or Logic has a million plugins built in. But it's hard to get these types of sounds out of other units. And what's cool is they have this whole cloud marketplace connectivity thing, where you can download other people's sounds. So they can just upload sounds, and this thing, of course, captures, you know, the frequencies of amps and pedals and stuff, and that's really cool. I don't plan on using that, but I do plan on starting with some of these patches as like launching points for improvisational ideas. So I hope this shows you what is cool just out of the box with the Quad Cortex, and that it has a lot of capability. And I think anyone who's interested in like exploratory improvisation will probably be interested in like deleting most of the out of the box patches or just building your own thing. If you are aware of interesting or weird sounds for the Quad Cortex, just leave a comment. I would love to learn more and be able to use some of them myself. And hopefully we'll be hearing some of these sounds on a stage later this year.